All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Kansas Speedway. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Tough Truck Series hits Kansas Speedway tonight for a 100-lap race, and it's race number 9. It's race number 8. It's truly race number 9. It's a 100-lap race. This is a great track, a fast track, a lot of room to race here, and there's no place like home. It's Kansas, baby. Let's get this party started. Well, a little Tough Trucks action hitting you in the face tonight. A little surprise broadcast here on TurnLeftTV. It's Kansas Speedway in the Tough Truck Series. And this is High Octane Racing League and TurnLeftTV. Let's get this party started. All right, thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here tonight. Appreciate all the support here at TurnLeftTV. And High Octane Racing League in action. Kansas Speedway tonight, and like I said, it's actually race number 9 of the season. Always a mess up, man. I gotta fire my graphics guy. I'm your broadcaster commentator here at TurnLeftTV. And Kansas City, Kansas tonight for round number 9 of the season. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. There are also some WordPress hosting, online store hosting, some VPS hosting, and shared web hosting available through EliteHostingUSA.com. And that's who provides our servers here at HighOctaneRacing.net, as well as the website. Join us over there. You get a quick link to our Discord server. That's where we do most of our business, and that is HighOctaneRacing.net. Thanks for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and smash that bell. You get updates when races are going live and when we have some stuff coming up. Of course, we got a big race coming up this weekend as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Again, thanks for all those people who come out and watch each and every week, whether it be live or on replay. You're more than welcome to share my videos with all your friends on any social media platform where you can share YouTube videos. Send them the link, baby. And I appreciate the support, man. I love doing this. I love doing the broadcasting stuff. I was actually in there doing some laps, and I said, hey, man, I'm just going to jump out and give you guys a surprise broadcast here tonight. Speaking of coming up this weekend, we'll be at Kentucky Speedway on Friday for race number 4 of the season. And a great track it is, a 100-lap race. I like Kentucky, man, just a little bit south of me. And a great track, have some of my best races ever at Kentucky. And that'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Friday, September the 6th. Got about 6.5 minutes left to go in the practice session. Take a look at the schedule here. I said this is race number 9, and I mean it. It's race number 9, a 100-lap race here tonight. And next week, we'll finish out the season at Homestead, Miami Speedway. Wow. That's going to be a fun one. I might actually race that one. I love that track, man. That is a fun track. High speed and really going to be balls to the wall there on September the 10th. Maybe we'll broadcast that one live. I don't know, man. I'm kind of torn. Take a look at the track here at Kansas. Located in Kansas City, Kansas. 1.5 miles, of course. One of those great tri-ovals. And banking in the turn 17 to 20 degrees. Progressive banking on the front stretch 9 to 11 degrees. And the back stretch at 5 degrees. So some fair amount of banking here. Can be a little tough on tires. But I think we'll have it managed just fine. Got about 4 minutes left to end the practice session. 4.5 minutes or so. Saturday Night Thunder will be back in action this Saturday, September the 7th at Atlanta Motor Speedway for a 100-lap race, race number 4 of that season. The Saturday Night Thunder, very storied series here at High Octane Racing League. Atlanta, very great track, and thanks to Mike Schreiner for getting that bad boy out here. Holy crap. That will be awesome. What a great track. Two and a half minutes left to go in the practice session. Arthur Vieira just joining us out here on the grid. Good to see Arthur out here in the 14 truck. Let's take a look at my keys to the race here at Kansas. Tire management. This thing is flat, fairly flat, smooth, but I'll tell you what, it eats your tires up, gives you a little bit of a false sense of when you can be aggressive. Really will burn up those tires, and this could be everything. There's a lot of room to race here, man. You're going to have to manage the throttle through the corners, really get a good launch off the corners, so corner exit is going to be key as well. Limit that aggressive driving, like I said, man. It really will eat your tires up and also can give you a damaged truck. And make sure your pit stops are on point. Anything under green definitely will hurt you if you mess up your pit stop. Things happen in a hurry here at Kansas. Well, we want to take a look at the point standings coming into tonight's race. Gordon Carter. Take a look at that. We're going to fix that. Wow. Man, what are we doing here? There we go. Gordon Carter has a 2-point lead over Greg Kirchmeier. Both those guys out here on the track tonight. Givaldo sits in third. Sean Jacobs fourth. Dana Grover sits in the fifth position, tied with John Stanley. Seventh position is Julio Caligari. I am eighth, but I'm in the broadcast booth tonight. Ed Palumbo sits in the ninth position, and Ben Silva qualifies in 10th. There is 10th in standing. Sorry, man. I'm listening to my chatter in my ear. Dennis Uderchin, 11th. Jesus Iglesias, 12th. Claudio Bardella Jr., 13th. Arthur Vieta, 14th. Gelson Neto is 15th. Jomar Peixoto, 16th. He's out with a wheel problem. Tony Furtado is 17th. Jair Oliveira is 18th. Preston Hassel 19th. And Thiago Gomez sits in 20th. Those are the point standings here coming into tonight's race. And these guys are headed over to the qualification session. Right now, only 10 drivers. I think we're going to have a few more here join us, hopefully, in the warm-up session. So it looks like Arthur Vieta will be the first truck out. Oh, looks like he's backed off that qualifying session. There we go. He backed off that. How about Gordon Carter, his outlap? Gordon Carter in the 56, one of our Canadian drivers. .31 5.45. Greg Kirchmeier, the top time here so far. Gordon Carter, 31.451 to the top of the grid there for him. Wow. Get that Chevy at the top of the grid. How about John Staplegun Stanley? The Stanley Tools Ford. Gordon Carter, the top time. Kirchmeier is second. Stanley's got that third place position. Oh, Kirchmeier jumping up to the top of the grid. 31.364. John Stanley right now third. Let's see where this second lap lands him. $31,375, still P3 for him. Sean Jacobs in the 24 truck, $31,355. He's up to P2. Bumping Kirchmeier down to third, so Sean Jacobs in the 24, showing a little muscle here. Now Justin Netto in the 63. Up to P2 for him, $31,249. Wow, just joining him in that 63 truck, and he is up to P2. Dana Grover in the 9, the Toyota. Through the 89, the Toyota. Yeah, 31,178 is the time to beat. Dana Grover. On his first lap, a little bit off the pace there at sector number 1. Sector 2 a little bit better, but still a little bit behind the 8 ball here. Let's see what sector 3 holds in store. He's going to have to step on the gas pedal, baby. 31,756, lap number 1 there for Dana Grover. Does he have a good second lap in here? So this one looks to be a little bit faster here, so he is close. Let's see. This is going to be better. 31,390 up to 7th on the grid. And Jesus Iglesias out on the track. Let's see what Jesus does in this Ford. With the 2X. Got to get him a scheme painted in here. Jesus, looks like he's backing off that time right there, up to 3rd on the grid there for him. What a run for Jesus. So Benor Silva is our top qualifier. So congratulations to him. See if our side-by-side is working. Always like to check on that before we go live. Uh-oh. Not yet, buddy. I think we'll get that worked out. Should have checked that pre-broadcast, huh? So these guys have officially finished qualification session here. There's about 4 minutes left to go, but everybody's qualified who is qualifying. So again, I appreciate you joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Always appreciate the people coming out and watching the race. And let's get this party started. All right, welcome back. I wanted to let you know we will be at Kentucky Speedway for race number 4 of the season on September the 6th. That's this Friday, a 100-lap race from a great track. And, of course, it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Kentucky Speedway in the High Octane Racing League Bushwhackers Xfinity Series. These guys are technically still in the qualification session, so we'll take a look at the results here in just a moment. Again, if you're just joining us, tonight we are here at Kansas Speedway for a little bit of a surprise live stream. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV, and glad to bring you this race tonight here in the Tough Trucks. The High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder will be back in action for race number 4 of the season this Saturday, September the 7th, Atlanta Motor Speedway. What a fun track, man. A 100-lap race from there. And I'll be out of the broadcast booth in the driver's seat to join these guys for some great Cup Series action. This Saturday Night Thunder coming up this Saturday at High Octane Racing League. Let's take a look at the results here tonight. A little bit of a light night for us. Usually we have about 12, 14 guys, but a little bit of a lighter night tonight. I actually jumped out of the off the track and got in the broadcast booth. So we have 11, if you want to count me as a racer. Let's take a look at the results. Benner Silva in the 3 truck qualifies in P1. Gelson Neto qualifies in the 2nd position. Jesus Iglesias will start 3rd. Gordon Carter starts 4th. Sean Jacobs will start in the 5th position. Greg Kirchmeier in the Ford in the 20 will start in 6th. John Stanley starts in the 7th position. Dana Grover will start 8th. Julio Caligari starts in the 9th position, and Art Vieira will start in P10 here tonight. We'll take a look at next week. We'll be at Homestead, Miami Speedway for the final race of the season. A 100-lap race there to finish season number 3. And then we just roll into the next week. We just start season number 4 right after that. So never fear. We just keep on rolling in all of our series. Except when we do special series like GT3 and Indy cars and so forth. We do this sort of as a one-off season. We might run a couple of those a year. That's coming up next week. Who knows? I might be back on the track. Take a look at the Gelson Neto here in the 63 truck. Now it's time to check our side-by-side. I think we got it working now, man. Didn't have the right thing launched here. So, there we go. Side-by-side view working for us. Good to see that. Take a look at that. Greg Kirchberry, he's now on the pits right now. So, yeah, a couple of guys have gotten some laps in here. Most of these guys are sort of getting things tightened up before they hit the track. Getting their last drink. Gordon Carter here getting some practice coming down pit lane. Not a super difficult track to make a pit stop here, but, you can get overconfident, get a little bit too fast on the pit lane. You see Sean Jacobs practicing his pit stop here in the 24. About 5.5 minutes left to go before we get the command to start the engines. Take a look at Jesus Iglesias in the 2X truck tonight. Normally a Chevy driver here. Interesting to see him driving the Ford in this series. Neto in the 63, also in a Ford here tonight. Well, we better get our picks in here. Good to see Ritzky out here. He said he's cheering on Gordon from work. My pick tonight, I think I am going to go with Gelson Neto in the 63 truck. That's my pick to win this race tonight. Let's see if we get the chat coming up here. There we go. Good to see Ritzky at Tracks VR. Fireball Flash Racing. That's Dana Grover. He's in here racing with us. Acer 68. Good to see Acer out. Not sure Acer has joined one of our streams before, but welcome. Maybe Gelson Neto can put it in victory lane here for us tonight. I need to start doing something where, like, whoever I pick to win the race, if they win the race, I donate some money. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Look at Dana Grover here in the 89. Got some fans at Tracks VR, of course, cheering him on. Big racing on Friday nights. He actually races from the Tracks VR facility, and those guys all cheer him on, and he gets a big following in the chat and so forth. So it's awesome to see Tracks VR supporting their drivers in the live streams and so forth. Got about a minute and a half left here in the warm-up session. And our thoughts are with a couple of the guys that couldn't be with us tonight, under the weather. Not feeling too well tonight, so definitely sending those folks our best wishes. All right, that does it for the warm-up session. You got your picks in? I got my pick in. Gelson Neto tonight. And let's get this party started, huh? Ready to rock and roll. So Kansas Speedway tonight, a 100-lap race. And should be a lot of fun. Getting ready to go, boys and girls. All right, let's take a look at the starting order here tonight. A little bit of a light field here for us tonight. I jumped out of the broadcast booth, or jumped out of the driver's seat, got in the broadcast booth. Bilder Silva and Gelson Neto started side by side there in row 1. Jesus Iglesias and Gordon Carter, P3 and P4 tonight. Starting in 5th is Sean Jacobs. Greg Kirchmeier starts in the 6th position. John Stanley 7th. Dana Grover starts in 8th. Starting in 9th is Julio Galagare, and starting in P10 is Arthur Vieira. Take a look at the keys to the race here tonight again. So tire management here tonight. Massage the throttle. I sort of say message the throttle. Hey, message me back. Massage the throttle. Make sure you got the good quarter exit. And limit some aggression here tonight. And make sure your pit stops are on point. So Ben Silva will lead the field to take the green flag here tonight at Kansas. And a 100-lap race. As Gelson Neto starts on the outside, row one. The pace car's off. Here we go. Kansas Speedway tonight. Here in the tough trucks.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Oh, man, already a little fisticuffs there. Jesus Iglesias trying to muscle his way through in that 2X car. 2X truck, and he does, man. Oh, he and Neto had a little bit of a contact there on the start. 3 wide. Sean Jacobs going to the inside. 3 wide here at Kansas. Oh, Jacobs drifted up the track a little bit, got into Jesus. Little damage there. Sean Jacobs drifted up the track and made some contact with Jesus. These guys fighting right off the bat, man. A lot of laps to go here. Simmer down, boys. Simmer down. Jacobs gathers that back up, but man, that got serious. These guys are still fighting. Dana Grover working on the outside. He's getting by. Maybe Iglesias might have a little bit of damage. Oh, Gelson Neto up in the wall. Gelson Neto in the wall. Pulls it back down. No harm, no foul, but he's going to have some damage. There's no doubt about that. Let's take a look at that pass. Sean Jacobs and Jesus Iglesias. Jacobs diving down to the inside, making it 3 wide. Right there is Jesus coming down a little bit. You see that that line, and one goes up, one goes down, and they meet. But no harm, no foul there. Maybe a little bit of damage to the left front of Jesus and right rear of Sean Jacobs' machine. Sean Jacobs doesn't seem to bother him. He is up to the race lead. He's gotten around Ben Silva. Let's take a look at that pass. Sean Jacobs makes on Ben Silva to pick up that spot. I believe we're going to look at it. There we go. Sean Jacobs. Oh, man. Tight right there. Almost drifted up into the side of Ben Silva, but the 24 picking up that spot. Ben Silva now falling back to the second position. We go back to live here as Jacobs now has some company. Looks like Dana Grover looking so racy here in the 89. On board here is Sean Jacobs. Oh, a little bit of evasive move there, but Sean Jacobs coming off turn 4. And the 3 of Ben Silva's in this mix. Also, Jesus Iglesias, he wants that spot back. He's to the inside, helping Dana Grover out. This guy's getting racy. Sean Jacobs squeezes it into the wall. Holy smokes, this is getting interesting here early on. Oh boy, that's tight. Oh no, I knew they were going to get into one another.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh man, I knew it. I just had a feeling. And Iglesias off the pace here. Iglesias up against the wall and off the pace. First caution flag of the night here. Let's take a look at what happened. You see a 24, the 2X drifts up the track. 24 tries to make some room, comes back down right there. And those guys make contact and into, that was pretty tight through that corner. And I think Sean was coming back down a little bit after taking some evasive action. Take a look at that again. And we can actually look out of this out of the front of Vieira's machine, I believe, or Ben Silva's machine. You see that contact. take a look out at the front of Ben Silva's machine. You see drifting up there a little bit, and then those guys just wavering into one another. Not a lot of room for air there, and Ben Silva does a great job taking some evasive action. We go back to live as Dana Grover. He is the race leader. He's got a Twix sponsor on his machine. Got the Twix on the bed of the truck. How about that? Tracks VR number 89. Iglesias might have some damage. He's going to need to get repaired. Off the pace there a little bit, so I would imagine he will be coming down for a fairly decent pit stop. Get some repairs done to that number 2X Ford. Don't forget the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series will be at Kentucky Speedway for race number 4 of the season. Coming up this Friday, it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. It's race 4 in the High Octane Racing League Bushwhackers Xfinity Series season, and we'll be at Kentucky. Saturday Night Thunder will be at Atlanta. Hotlanta for a 100-lap race. Race number 4 of that season. Coming up on Saturday, I get out of the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat, and these guys really do mix it up on Saturday nights, man. The Cup Series, a lot of fun, a lot of strategy. It's open setup, so we like that as well. That's the Saturday Night Thunder, a very storied series. I've been part of this series since 2001, since High Octane Racing League switched over back in those days to, what was it, NASCAR 4, believe it or not. And then we moved to NASCAR 2003, so NASCAR Racing 2003. So NASCAR Racing 4, and by Papyrus, that was the mod or the game that we were using at the time. You see this guy's coming down pit lane. So the Saturday Night Thunder coming up this Saturday, and they'll be at Atlanta. The 89 coming down pit lane. Ben Silva also on pit lane. Gordon Carter hanging out here to get some laps led, maybe. Get to see a good little battle here off pit lane. Oh, we got to get rid of Gordon Carter's box, don't we? And we missed it. Had to get rid of his name box. Weak broadcaster. Jesus here, extended pit stop for Jesus. He is now finishing up his pit stop. Gordon Carter, Greg Kirchmeier in the 56 and the 20, respectively. Like Jelson Neto up to P3, and that's 63. John Stanley running in 4th. Now, I don't know if these guys are going to come down pit lane here. We've only got 10 laps in the books. A lot of racing to go here, and it's been pretty aggressive up front early on. Got a lot of Fords up there right now with this Chevy on top with Gordon Carter. Gordon says, "That's a cherry on top, baby." And Gordon Carter is coming down pit lane. So he's making a pit stop here in the 56. Gordon Carter hailing from Canada. Our Canadian drivers here in the High Place Moving sponsored Chevy. Deciding to come down pit lane, and that's going to leave Greg Kirchmeier in the lead. Also Neto, another Ford there, running in P2. So it looks like these guys are going to stay out, which is an interesting move here, as tough as this track can be on tires. But listen, these guys, especially the 20 and the 63, much higher IQ than I have with respect to racing. There is no doubt about that. These guys know how to do it, and I'm just following the leader usually. Letting somebody else help me make the decisions. Well, it does look like Greg Kirchmeier has elected to come down pit lane now, so this guy's going to give up some track position to take a pit stop. And that's going to give the race lead to John Stanley in the 12. Stanley Tools sponsored Ford up to the race lead. And Dana Grover in the Toyota on the outside line. We'll start in P2. Benner Silva, Artivieta will start in the second row. Sean Jacobs and Giulio Caligari will start side by side in row number 3. Neto and Kirchmeier finishing up their pit stops. Now these guys got really aggressive right out of the gate. Let's see how they do here on this restart. The second run here, so that first run was about 8 laps or so. And we saw some 3-wide action really, really early here. And hopefully everybody came to their senses. The pace car's off. Here we go. Back to green.
Green flag, go, go, go.
John Stanley gets a good jump as Dana Grover on the outside line. Couple Canadians right there battling it out. Outside line looks pretty hefty right now. Looks like you can make some passes on both sides. And even through the middle if you wanted. So the 12 of John Stanley's got some help from Benner Silva in the 3. And John Stanley jumping out to the race lead. Silva now side by side with Dana Grover. John Stanley going to lead that lap. The 12, John Stanley getting some laps led here as Dana Grover fighting back on the outside line. He's got some help from Artur Vieta. John Stanley sees that outside line now going by him. The 14 and the 89 both get by. Now the 3 jumps up there. So Benner Silva in the 3 truck, now jumping to the outside. And I tell you what, that outside seems like it's the place to be, as Dana Grover is the race leader. Got a little help from Artur Vieta. Grover the leader, Artur Vieta in second. Benner Silva is in third. Take a look at Jesus Iglesias. He and John Stanley now side by side. Jesus on the outside line. Got that truck repaired and now trying to make a run at it. Here the 2X. Getting by the 12. Picking up P5. John Stanley falls back to the 6th position. Take a look at Gelson Neto, and Gelson Neto on the outside wall. Gelson Neto into 63, made contact with the outside wall. Pretty hard lick for him, and Gordon Carter's going to get by. Wow. Let's take a look at this. Gelson Neto on the outside of Gordon Carter. And Gelson right there, just a bad angle into the wall. And that was a pretty hard smack. And Gordon Carter's going to get by as Gelson Neto trying to hang on. He's got some right side damage. Gelson Neto into 63. A little damage for him. Everybody being a little bit more calm. Vieira might have drifted up the track there as well. I think the truck handles very differently in dirty air. And Vieira trying to use that outside line as much as they can. And a six truck breakaway. Running in sixth is John Stanley. Iglesias just ahead of him in the 2X. Sean Jacobs in the 24, running in fourth. On board here with John Stanley. He's got to run. Gets out of the throttle. Now down to the inside. He's going to try to get around the 2X. John Stanley in the 12. Getting a little racy here. Couple Fords beating each other up. Chasing that Chevy of Sean Jacobs. John Stanley backs off. Like he had that position. Greg Kirchmeier in the 20 truck. Another one of those Fords to the inside of Gelson Neto. Now, Neto, I think, probably has some damage that is upsetting the balance of his truck. And Greg Kirchmeier, man, he squeezes that truck in. Gelson Neto might have cut him a break. How about Giulio Caligari? Haven't heard much out of Giulio tonight. Giulio Caligari in the FDNY Fire Department of New York. Sponsored Chevy. He is running in the 10th position. This battle right here with Jesus Iglesias and John Stanley just will not go away. Swapping lanes, and now Stanley ducks in as Iglesias picking up a spot. Now back up to fifth. He and John Stanley keep swapping positions. Iglesias on top for now. Dana Grover is the leader. Nose to tail for the most part. Here 21 laps in. And one caution flag. 2-car incident. How about Benner Silva right now running in P3? This guy could just flat out get in any car and make it competitive. He is mixing it up here with the best. Archie Vieira, Dana Grover, Jesus, and Sean just behind him. Take a look at Sean Jacobs running in P5. That earlier incident between him and Iglesias gave those guys a little bit of damage. Not sure how much that has affected the truck. Might be biding his time in the 5th position. Giulio Caligari and Greg Kirchmeier have been having a fist fight. These guys are beating each other up, and the 28 to the inside. Greg Kirchmeier gotten around him, but Giulio says, I want that spot back, baby. And they're still side by side. Giulio Caligari to the inside in the 28. The 20, Greg Kirchmeier on the outside line. I think that outside line might be a little bit better coming off the corners. But going in, the 28 or the bottom line is pretty solid. As you see, cannot complete that pass, and that's going to, yeah, looks like he does it now. Gelson Neto just behind. And take a look at Gelson Neto running in the 10th position. The 28 truck now running in 9th. Sean Jacobs and Jesus Iglesias here battling it out again. Those guys got a little of each other's paint on the truck. Sean Jacobs in the Vulcan-sponsored Chevy feeling a little racy. A little racy here tonight. And Iglesias getting back by. I will not be denied. Hasta la vista, baby. Jacobs has to back off. It's Dana Grover continuing to lead. Just behind him, Arthur Vieira, Benner Silva, Jesus Iglesias, and Sean Jacobs rounding out the top 5. Nose to tail for these guys. John Stanley looking a little racy now. John Stanley trying his luck on that inside. He said he really liked the way this setup felt today. Talked to him when I first joined and came in tonight. He said, I really like how the setup feels. We'll see how that pans out for the 12th. Archuleta is just biding his time right now. I think he feels like he's just he's as good as the 89. It's really tough to pass somebody who's as solid a driver as these top 3 drivers are. It's really hard to pass. You see Archuleta trying to set this pass up. He's got to play a little defense too behind him because he's got Ben Silva right there. Ben Silva sees the broadcast and says, yeah, I'm ready to pounce, baby. On board here with Archuleta and Silva to the inside of him. Look at that. Ben Silva says, hey, I get one, I get them both. Dana Grover, not so fast. Not so fast. They starting to bunch up side by side now. Tires are starting to wear out a little bit. Guys are getting racy. Sean Jacobs and Jesus Iglesias getting after it again. This is some battling here. Ben Silva, Dana Grover, Archuleta, Sean Jacobs, John Stanley, and Jesus Iglesias. You could throw a blanket over those guys, man. Dana Grover's got him in check right now, but man, how long's that going to last? Look at this racing. What a battle. Jesus Iglesias in the 2X looking out of the front of his machine. These guys are just getting after it right now. John Stanley to the inside. Iglesias using this outside line. Wow, man, that's so brave to be up that high near the wall. I cannot do it, man. Never have been able to drive up there up high like that. And they get a good run coming off the corner, man. The inside starting to give up a little bit. What a heck of a run there for Iglesias off the corner. Ben Silva sees that and he says, I think, oh man, Ben Silva all over the back of the 89. All up in his mix right now. Ben Silva sees how solid that outside line is. All he's got to do is get a fender on the outside, and he can pull off that pass, but Dana Grover keeps slamming the door. Dana Grover says, Trax VR sponsored Toyota will not be denied tonight, boys. Left Twix, right Twix, whatever it is, and Silva's all over him right now. Jesus Iglesias got that truck up to the 3rd position. Jesus Iglesias getting racy here tonight. Jesus Iglesias right behind Dana Grover. Now Grover's got to play defense on 2 fronts. Right behind him is Jesus Iglesias, and Ben Silva has been pestering him on the outside. Silva might have made a little contact with the outside wall that time. Oh, Jesus, that's needed a shoehorn to get that truck in there, man. Holy smokes. Dangerous position up on that outside line, man. I tell you, it's fast, but as these tires wear out and the cars on the bottom, the trucks on the bottom are going to start drifting up, nowhere to go. Silva's still going to try it. Archuleta back there as well. Got a Canadian, 3 South Americans, and a guy from the United States in the top 5. What a battle. Gelson Neto is in 10th, and these guys are really nose to tail for the most part. Gelson Neto into 63. He has had some issues with getting into the outside wall. I know that truck is not feeling quite right for him right now. And Giulio Caligari just ahead in the 28th. Greg Kirchmeier says, hey, I'm tire management right now. Tire management. Let these guys use their stuff up, and he's going to reel them in like a fish. Inside joke. See the hood? So clever. Well, I became a high school teacher. I'm just clever. All right, I like to torture kids. Well, the 89 of Dana Grover, the race leader. Jesus Iglesias in second. Benner Silva third. Archer Vieta is in P4. Jacobs having to fight for P5 as he's got some company. John Stanley, Gordon Carter. How about Gordon Carter here? He's been quiet here tonight in that 56 truck. You see how the 20 starting to move forward now too. Gordon Carter, I think, saved his truck. Saved those tires. It's going to be a little bit stronger now. It looks like Greg Kirchmeier is starting to pick him off as well. He's just behind. Kirchmeier now up to the 7th position. Gordon Carter is in P6. Keep your eyes on those two trucks. They've been saving their stuff. John Stanley now back to P8. Caligari and Neto, 9th and 10th. Sean Jacobs down to the inside. Sean Jacobs in the 24, going to try to get around the 14. Sean Jacobs got a run here. Good little run for the 24. Now up beside the 3. The bottom line working. Can he get it to stick? Now up beside P2. Sean Jacobs now battling Jesus Iglesias. Backing off just a little bit. Losing some momentum. Outside line seems to be the place to make your moves. This guy's playing the middle to the outside, and Jacobs now going to give up those positions that he claimed. Now he's back to the 4th position. Battling Archer Vieta. Look at that. Gordon Carter starting to slip around here. Gordon Carter trying to sniff for an opening. He's down below the 24. Gordon Carter showing some muscle. He's got Greg Kirchmeier just behind him. Going to need some help. He's going to need that outside line. I really think that that inside line is not going to pan out. You see John Stanley back in the mix. Greg Kirchmeier squeezing through here on the outside. Giulio Caligari now climbing up there as well. So Kirchmeier making a position. See that battle there back behind Gordon Carter. And it looks like Caligari is going to make that pass. So Caligari now getting around John Stanley. Back up here to Dana Grover is our leader. Jesus Iglesias. He's fired up tonight, man. That 2X. Looking solid as the 3 of Benner Silva looking to the inside. You gotta need some help on that inside line. You really do. So when that guy bails and goes back to the high line, you lose your momentum. We've seen that tonight. Silva still pressing the issue. Side by side with Jesus Iglesias. 44 laps in. Grover knows how hard it is to pass, especially when you got somebody working with you. Not working as teammates necessarily, just working out of necessity. We call those frenemies. Mentioned that tonight in one of my keys to the race. You got to have some frenemies here. Cannot do this on your own. Greg Kirchmeier and Gordon Carter. Carter to the inside. Kirchmeier on the outside. Gordon Carter in the 56. He and the 20 had worked their way up through the field and have hit a little bit of a roadblock. Gelson Neto now climbing back into this mix. You see Greg Kirchmeier on the outside. Gelson Neto into 63. Oh, that was tight right there. Holy smokes. Needed a shoehorn to separate those guys. That was close. This is some fun racing, man. Ritzky, you should have called in sick and joined us. Called in sick. Giulio Caligari now battling the 20. John Stanley on the outside line. I'll tell you, the outside line is, I'm convinced, that's the place to be. These guys are just climbing all over the back of one another here. Whoa, we got somebody on their hood.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Put a yellow flag. Jesus Iglesias is on his side. Look at this. Scraping. Somebody shift over to the passenger side there. There we go. So that was interesting here. Jesus and the outside wall. This happened a little bit earlier, it looked like. Let's take a look here as right there, it looked like the 3 had gotten into the wall. Got into the wall. That was Dinner Silva. Got into the wall, and then Jesus in front of him had nowhere to go, and then on his side, pulling up some sparks. Look at that tire, man. That's wacky. In a pavement. And then flips over. Somebody flipped him over. So Iglesias, another crash there for him. And it just looked like Silva made contact with the outside wall. And then there was tight, man. He really didn't have a lot of room there. If you want to back that up, I mean, that's not a lot of room there. You come off. Silva is not a lot of room here. He runs out of the room on the track. But, man, I'll tell you what, Iglesias is up pretty high. And then there, the 2X, looks like he's retired his machine. Tough to see that. So Iglesias out of the race. Second caution flag. I guess we'll have some pit stops here. As Dana Grover, our leader. In the 89. 14 of Artevieta in second. Sean Jacobs third. Gordon Carter fourth. So Jesus has retired his machine and will finish in the 10th position. It does look like we are going to see some pit stops here. Dana Grover coming down pit lane. And I believe Greg Kirchmeier has stayed out, so he is the race leader. As we see our side-by-side view here, as Dana Grover having a battle with Sean Jacobs off pit lane. Looks like Grover might have gotten him. So Greg Kirchmeier going to get his laps led, and I would suggest you he's probably going to come down pit lane here with the 1 to go. We'll see. I would imagine he will. I mean, they've been out here for a bit on tires. Maybe he's trying to keep somebody else from leading a lap. That sometimes is the case. He's taking big points picture here. He is setting second in points coming into tonight's race. So we take a look at the point standings again. We'll go back to page 1. How about that? Gordon Carter, Greg Kirchmeier, 2 points apart right there. Kirchmeier definitely getting the lap led, and that's going to give him a few points. He's setting in the second position coming into tonight's race. So he's thinking big picture, I believe. He's doing some calculations here, kind of in the long run, to kind of see how that's going to work out for him. Get all the points you can get. Keep your competitors from getting points cleanly. So Kirchmeier making a pit stop, and that's going to give the race lead back to Dana Grover. As we got a bunch of guys here dipping in the pit lane. Maybe thinking a little bit about tires, a little bit about fuel, a little bit about long strategy, doing some math. See John Stanley coming back out on the track. Is Grover going to take the outside line this time? Looking like he is. So Dana Grover will start on the outside this time, and that's going to put Gordon Carter on the inside in the 56. Sean Jacobs and Giulio Caligari start in row number 2. A lot of guys on that outside from making a late pit stop.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. Gordon Carter up front here. In the 56 truck. Battling here. He wants to get around Dana Grover. He realizes how hard it is to pass, but Grover's got a great run on the outside. Gordon Carter in the 56. Battling back on the inside. Good run down low. Oh, he gets by, I believe. So the 56 of Gordon Carter, the new race leader. Dana Grover in the 89 is second. The 24, Sean Jacobs in third. Take a look here at Greg Kirchmeier in the 20. Going down to the inside, going back up to the outside, and the 63 dives in. 20 back to the 9th position. Gordon Carter, the leader. Dana Grover in second. Sean Jacobs in the third. John Stanley is fourth. Julio Caligari is in the fifth position. Take a look at John Stanley running in P4 in the 12. Got racy early on. Drop back a little bit. And now back up here in the top 5. And he and Jelson Neto having a fist fight right now. Jelson Neto getting by. John Stanley says, hey, I want to get my Ford back by. A couple Fords here battling the Chevy of Sean Jacobs. Jelson Neto into 63. John Stanley hugging that white line. Oh, man, these guys are getting tight. Just cannot get that inside line to really make some moves. See, John Stanley gets a good run through the corners, but coming off the corner, the outside line is the place to be. You just got to find a way to get up there. Gordon Carter looking racy here as the 89 about a car length back. A truck length back. There you go. Sean Jacobs in third, Neto fourth. You see Stanley now dropping back to the 7th position. Stanley now back to P7, and he is giving it a shot here on the inside. He's got a little help from Ben Silva. Artiviera and Jelson Neto on the outside line. I really think that outside's the place to be, but look at that. Ben Silva pulls it off. He goes up to the high line. Leaves the Stanley Tools Ford alone down on the bottom line. Is he going to have to tuck in behind Artiviera? Artiviera now in P6. Some good racing here tonight in the Truck Series. Ben Silva using this outside line. You just see Sean Jacobs in the 24 dipping down to the bottom line, and Ben Silva, Jelson Neto behind him. Look at that. Dana Grover now using the inside line. He says, I want a little piece of that action. Outside, just behind the ladies, is Ben Silva running in P4. Sean Jacobs. Oh, Silva way up the track. That's a little scary for me right there, even being the broadcaster. Silva, good run on the outside. Man, he is flirting with that wall. And that pushes Gordon Carter ahead again. We're trying to get that outside to work. Sean Jacobs trying to squeeze that truck into the outside. And he does, as Dana Grover is losing some spots. Neto gets by. The 14 of Artiviera gets by. Gordon Carter, the leader, and we got a little shakeup up front. Dana Grover, I think he ran out of room. We'll take a look at this again. Dana Grover on the inside. Sean Jacobs just behind him. And you see the 3 and then the 63. They get lined up behind Gordon Carter. The 14 also up there. Sean Jacobs comes up, side drafts a little bit. That pulls some momentum off of the 89. And those guys are going to get by. Now the 89 battling to try to reclaim that top spot. Take a look at John Stanley. He's in this mix. These guys are getting after it right now. Look at this. Dana Grover says, I am wanting to get back up front. The inside, that Calgary native. And the 89, huge Stockcar fan, man. He went to Richmond earlier this year, about 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, and had a hell of a lot of fun. And he is loving it. As John Stanley just got back from camping this last weekend. On the inside, and that Stanley Tool sponsor machine is Sean Jacobs closing in. Jacobs running in the 7th position. Gordon Carter continuing to lead. He is not comfortable, though, because he has the 3 right on his tail. Ben Silva. Dana Grover now climbing back up to the 3rd position. Gelson Neto is in 4th. Archer Vieira in the 5th position. Greg Kirchmeier now closing in on John Stanley. I think Stanley might have made contact with the outside wall. There might have been some contact with John Stanley. Let's take a look. He's down on the inside. Sean Jacobs gets by. And he goes to the outside, way up the track right there, and contact with the outside wall. And that's going to let the 20 drift on by. Caligari's going to follow him through. Wow. Racing back here is interesting, huh? Back up here, Gelson Neto and Sean Jacobs. Archer Vieira having a fist fight right now. Gelson Neto running in the 4th position, or excuse me, 5th position. Archer Vieira is in 4th. We got a 3-truck breakaway. So something has happened to sort of split this pack up. How long will that last? It's the 56 and the 3. As long as those guys stay nose to tail on that outside line, they might have a good shot of opening up a gap here. The 56, the 3, and the 89. Gordon Carter, the leader. Benner Silva second, Dana Grover third, Archer Vieira 4th, Gelson Neto is 5th. All 3 manufacturers have a truck in the top 5. 2 Chevys leading the field, followed by the Toyota. Gordon Carter starting to rack up some wins in the series that he races in. He races in the Saturday Night Thunder, the Truck Series, and the Bushwhacker Series with us. And he's starting to rack up some wins. Gotten some Truck Series wins.
Yellow.
Oh, yellow flag. Yellow flag here, and let's take a look. We were going looking at a little bit of a replay, and something happened between Silva and Grover. Let's take a look and see what happened. Take a look here as Neto to the inside. Neto drifts up the track in a hurry. Wow! Grover gets caught up in that. Those guys did a great job of missing that. Wow, what an evasive action those guys took, and that was fantastic. But Gelson, man, he really drifted up the track fast right here. I don't know if he lost the front end of that truck or what, but he got into Benner Silva, hard into Benner Silva. And Sean Jacobs, what a move by him. Under the front of his truck, look at this. Oh, contact right there. And what a move. What a move. So Neto just climbed up the track. Just not sure what happened to that truck, but that thing climbed up the track pretty significantly. It's a little bit after the fact. Again, take a look here. Man, the thing just shot up the track right there. And then contact, and then these guys, collects 89, 24. What an evasive move. John Stanley going to the high side. Wow. That was some racing, Betty. That was a move. John Stanley, the old codger from Canada. Look at this. Watch this. Guessing to the outside. How about that? That thing just absolutely climbed up the track on Gelson Neto, man. Way up the track right there. Yeah, just snapped loose on him. I think Ritzky's got the Man, look at those guys miss that. Wow. Dana Grover did a good job of sort of minimizing as much as he could. Maybe not a huge amount of damage for him. Wow. Guys behind did a great job of missing all that. Gordon Carter, the leader, he wants to be up front where he's safe. And our caution flag here on lap 71. Those guys were talking about how they could just make it. Some of them were a little short. Some of them had just enough fuel to be able to make it. And we got pit stops underway. As Gordon Carter will lead the field to make a pit stop as the 63 following him through. High Place Moving sponsored Chevy. Good number of laps led here tonight. We might finally get a good view of pit lane here in this battle. Vieira getting out. Maybe he just did 2 tires there. That was interesting. A little bit of repair done for Silva. But Grover might have beat him out. Artur Vieira on pit lane. Getting out ahead of these guys. Ah, come on now. Did he? Let's take a look. Artur Vieira out of his pit stall. Does that got you, boys? Eat my dust. So, what a good pit stop for the 14 truck. Now finds himself in the race lead. Maybe where you want to be in the race lead here toward the end of the race here. We're on lap 72, winding it down. Don't forget the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series will be back in action on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A 100-lap race from Kentucky. Great 1.5-mile track. It's race number 4 of the season, and it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV this coming Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You do not want to miss it. Great Xfinity Series action. We have big fields in this series, and it should be a great broadcast. Keep the fingers crossed. Don't mean to jinx it. Like Kirchmeier has gotten a speeding penalty, if I'm not mistaken, and looks like he is going to start at the end of the longest line. Like the 14 is coming back down pit lane. What is happening, bro? I don't get it. No comprende. No comprende. Gordon Carter will be the leader. Sean Jacobs starts in P2. 63, and look at who it is in P4. That is Julio Calagari in the 28. Very interesting. A little different look up front here. Thanks to Artur Vieira. So Carter's elected to take the outside line. That puts Sean Jacobs in the 24 on the inside line. Behind him is Gelson Neto. On the outside, in row 2, is Giulio Caligari. Now remember, some of these trucks have a little bit of damage here. The pace car is off.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Back to green. And Sean Jacobs gets a good jump on the restart and jumps up to the race lead in that Cal U Vulcan sponsored truck. Gordon Carter in second, Gelson Neto third, John Stanley in the 4th position. Julio now back to 6th as Dana Grover battling on the inside. He's trying to pick up some spots. He is looking fast here on the inside. He needs some help, though, as this guy's get a little bit organized on the outside. It's going to be really, really hard to make any more passes. He'll need somebody to give him some room so he can jump. Boy, he heard me. He heard me. That was almost a kerfuffle. As now Gordon Carter and Sean Jacobs mixing it up here. These guys feel the urgency. It's all right, boys. We got some laps to go. Lap 76 here. Scheduled to go 100 laps. And the outside line starting to get organized. Gordon Carter on the inside. You see Gelson Neto dipping down to the inside now, tucking back up to the outside line. Oh, he scrubs off a little speed. Might have been a little contact with the wall for Neto. Sean Jacobs likes what he sees out of the back of his machine. This will be a big win for Sean Jacobs here at Kansas. Gelson Neto has a heck of a run on the inside, and he clears the 24 truck. That was a clinic right there. Archer Vera is down on the bottom side. Something happened to him. Take a look and see what happened to Archer. There might have been some contact. Might have been contact here. We'll see. Oh, John Stanley coming off the wall, it looked like, and got into the 14 truck.
Yellow.
And we got a yellow flag. And it might be that one right there. John Stanley. Looked like Stanley came around. That might, I don't know if that actually brought out the yellow. Looks like it might have. Well, there was that contact. Take a look at John Stanley. He's in the middle. He gets pushed down by the 89 right there. 89 comes across the front, and then the 12 spinning. Caligari makes a move, and the 12 just cannot keep it from coming around. It looks like it came around a little bit. Right there, enough to bring out the caution flag. It looked like Dana Grover might have made contact. This guy's arguing for the same piece of real estate, but it does look like the 89 might have come down onto the 12. And then Caligari, man, he's got to look at this. Oh, look at that, baby. Caligari with cat-like reflexes. Caligari with some cat-like reflexes. How about that? Look at that right there. Watch this. Little bobble. Caligari says, no problemo, mi amigo. Just arguing for the same real estate here as guys coming together. 63, Gelson Neto is our leader. Sean Jacobs second, Gordon Carter third. Archer Vieta is fourth. Dana Grover in the 5th position. 20 laps to go. I would pit, personally. I mean, look. What the heck? I'm coming down pit lane if it were me. certainly going to make a pit stop here under yellow. I would. But then again, that's why I'm in the broadcast booth. Right now, with 20 laps to go, I'll be perfectly honest, I have pretty low confidence that there's going to be green to the finish. As close as the racing is here, and some guys are going to gamble and stay out. Some guys are going to come down pit lane, take some fresh tires. But everybody is going to argue for their piece of real estate. Arguing for some real estate here. Sean Jacobs dives down and makes a pit stop. So some guys follow. 14 coming down pit lane. Gordon Carter stays out. Gelson Neto, of course, stays out. Interesting. We've got some guys on pit lane. Dana Grover stays out, but Jacobs comes down pit lane. Kirschmeyer on pit lane. John Stanley, of course, on pit lane. He's going to take some damage repair. Sorry about that. I had to clear my throat. I'm getting all choked up. Gelson Neto has elected, at least so far, to stay out. Gordon Carter is second. Dana Grover shown in third. Jacobs fourth. Vieira is in fifth. A Ford, a Chevy, a Toyota, and two Chevys in the top five. Looks like maybe Neto has decided, hey, I'm going to stay out here. Not hearing anything on the radio from his pit crew. But it does look like he's staying out. A little bit of a gamble there, I think. I mean, you don't have a ton of laps on these tires, but nonetheless, I want fresh tires anytime I can get them, especially with the racing the way it is, and you can make some moves on the inside line, make a little slingshot move and get around guys. I want as much grip as I can have. But not a lot of laps on these tires, admittedly. Thanks to all those folks who are coming out and watching the race tonight here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate everybody being here. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Looking for some new subscribers all the time. And then smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live, like the surprise broadcast tonight. Never know what I have up my sleeve. Spent a bunch of money at the grocery store after work today. Held off repairing my clogged dishwasher I was trying to work on yesterday, and can't get the stupid thing to drain, so I'm going to have to figure that out. I love that. I don't want to call a repairman. Tomorrow when we get home, we're going to do the old, what do we do? Air compressor. And shoot that out of there, whatever it is. All right, side by side, the 63 and the 56, the 89 and the 14, the 3 and the 20. We'll start side by side. So front row is 63 and 56. Both these guys have been lightning fast here tonight. And we're turning up the juice, turning up the intensity. '56 got a really good start on that restart that he jumped out to the front. 63 is lightning fast on these restarts. A couple Brazilians on the outside, a couple Canadians on the inside. And the pace car's off. Here we go, starting lap 85.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Back to green. Oh, man, swapping some paint right there, the 56 and the 63. I think that 56 was trying to send him a message. Neto to the outside is going to lose a couple positions. That contact caused him to lose a couple positions. That's not going to make him very happy. He's got the 14 just behind him. The 89 and the 56. 89 gets by, the 56 running in P2 now. Dana Grover retaking the lead. Benner Silva and Archivieta side by side. Silva on the inside, the 14 of Archivieta on the outside line. Silva's got a good run here on the inside. Can he clear the 14? Not quite. 14's got a run, pushed by Giulio Caligari. Caligari says, which friend do I go with on this one? Got to go with that outside line. Hopefully Silva can find a way to get in here. Benner Silva, Gelson Neto side by side. Oh, there's contact there. More contact. Wow. Robbins racing here in the 3 and the 63 made some contact. Uh-oh, Greg Kirchmeier coming around. Greg Kirchmeier got came around there. Wow, Benner Silva and Gelson Neto. Let's take a look at a couple things to look at here on this one. Benner Silva, Gelson Neto. These guys swapping some paint right there. Oh! Neto went down. He got some paint on the 3, and the 3 says, take that paint back. Get up there. And then we got a separate incident here. Let's take a look at this. Sean Jacobs and the 20. Greg Kirchmeier. Sean Jacobs, dives down to the inside and gets into Kirchmeier. Kirchmeier keeps it out of the wall. Wow, I don't think Jacobs knew he was down there. I don't think he knew. See, coming off the turn. And Jacobs goes down to the inside and gets into Kirchmeier. So Dana Grover, where he wants to be, back up front. Well, these guys have picked up the intensity. You can tell So we've bumped up the caution count a little bit. I don't think I would be making a pit stop at this point. I mean, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Right now shown with 12 laps to go. By the time we get going back green, we'll be about 9 or 10 laps to go. So I'm not sure I would be giving up track position at this point. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder will be back in action this Saturday, 7 September, a 100-lap race from Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's race number 4 of the season and a very storied program. The Saturday Night Thunder has been going on since 2001, doing pickup races on Saturday nights. And it's still hanging in there 24 years later. I remember joining the High Octane Racing League when they were just setting up the series and getting ready, and they switched over from NASCAR or whatever it was, Heat. I can't even remember what the name of I think it was NASCAR Heat, and then they decided to run some pickup races in NASCAR 4. And started doing some pickup races, and here we are, Saturday Night Thunder, 23 years later. Atlanta Motor Speedway coming up this Saturday. Take a look at the tough trucks. Next week we'll be at Homestead Miami Speedway for the final race of season number 3. The week after that, we'll start season number 4. We'll crown the champion next week, and then we just get right back up on the horse and make a season number 4. Probably will be pretty close to finishing out the year. We probably have a little bit go. We maybe do some fun races at the end of December. We used to do the Frosty race in the Bushwhackers series. Who knows? We might have something up our sleeves in the truck series. Thanks to everybody coming out and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. Little racing going on. Small crowd tonight. A couple guys under the weather. Got 3 or 4 guys not feeling too well tonight. Maybe that's a code for their wives wouldn't let them race. Sean Jacobs on pit lane here in the 24 truck. Maybe taking those fresh tires. Not a bad idea here if you're going to start in the back. The 24 Vulcans sponsored Chevy Silverado. We'll start in P9. One truck out of the race. It's Jesus. Now, Gelson Neto was my pick to win this race tonight, and he is fast. He's shown in the 4th position in the 63. But there's still hope for Gelson Neto. Still hope for the broadcaster, Heath Johnson. High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series back in action on Friday. This Friday, September the 6th. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Kentucky Speedway for a 100-lap race, and that's race number 4 of the season. Last week we had the Steve Freeze Memorial 250. Check that out on the YouTube channel. And gave away some prizes. And congratulations to all those guys on a great, great series. Great special event in the Bushwhacker Series. All right, the 56 and the 89, couple Canadian drivers start side by side. Then we got the Brazilians in second row and the third row. So winding it down here, let's see if we can keep this green. Lights are out on the pace car, and we are going to go green this time by. Could be a matter of who can get the jump. Toyota versus Chevy. Canadian versus Canadian. Dana Grover will control the restart on this lap 93 restart.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Back to green. About even there, but Dana had a little bit of a lead and now inches forward. Gordon Carter's going to need to do some work here as Caligari to the inside. Caligari on the inside now. That inside line starting to move. Caligari closing in on the 3. 89 now sees that 3 go to the outside. Bitter Silva to the outside line. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh, guys. No give. All take. 2 separate incidents, it looked like. Take a look at this one. This is Silva gets into the wall. Dana squeezes him up into the wall, too. Comes across the front of his truck. And there might have been some guys trying to avoid this behind. Take a look here. Greg Kirchmeier. There might have been a separate incident. Oh, yeah, he gets up the track into Vieira. So a separate incident looked like. As Kirchmeier came up the track and got into Vieira, it looked like. Let's see where those guys. See what happened there. Yeah, it just looked like those guys might have just ran out of real estate. It was 3 wide. 3 wide there, and the 20 truck coming up and getting into the 14, and then captures the 63. Does a great job of keeping that thing straight. Holy Toledo. 2 separate incidents. This one as well. And Silva's way up in the outside, and the 89 comes across the nose, although Silva did make contact with the outside wall. 89 made contact with the front of Silva's truck. Tonight's race brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com. WordPress hosting, some online store hosting, VPS hosting, and shared web hosting also available through EliteHostingUSA.com. go up. Ben Silva is our leader. Kirchmeier and Jacobs and Vieta all on pit lane. Taking some service. Silent stream, that's right. I need some commercials during those times, Ritsky. That's what happened. Or is getting some guys straightened out, so to speak. Typing a few things. Somebody got disconnected, so we have to try to get them reconnected. A lot going on, man. And it looks like Gelson Neto has ducked into pit lane. Not a real huge problem with that, I don't think. I mean, here you are, looking at lap 98. And, you're not going to really give up a ton of positions here. You're going to start in row 4. Not a lot of trucks here tonight. So it looks like, what are we going to have? Are we going to have a green-white checker? I think we are. We might have a green-white checker here. Now the lights are out on the pace car, but these guys single file, but sometimes in this game, and the lights don't necessarily jive up with what's really. Oh, it looks like the lights are blinking now here once in a while. Okay, now looks like we're lining them up here, so we do have a green-white checker. Confirmed. To check with race control. The green-white checker here tonight. I could have guessed that, judging from the way things were getting, as aggressive as these guys were getting, and you knew they were going to turn it up as we approach the final laps of the race. Well, Ben Silva will start on the inside. Julio Caligari starts on the outside line. Dana Grover and Gordon Carter will start in row 2. John Stanley, Greg Kirchmeier start in row 3. Row 4 will be the 14 and the 63. And Sean Jacobs will start in the 9th position. Next caution flag finishes it. So here we go. The 3, Ben Silva on the outside. Caligari hoping to get a little bit of a run here on the outside line. Ben Silva on the inside. Pace car's off. Green-white checker here at Kansas.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Oh, Caligari got loose. Caligari got loose right there. Oh, no. What in the world? Ben Silva will win this one. How about that? So Ben Silva will get the win as long as he can make it around. How about that? Ben Silva. Getting the win here in the Truck Series. I'm not sure. Who did I choose tonight? Did I choose Silva? I don't know. Better go back and look. So great job to Ben Silva on getting the win here in the Truck Series. Just a matter of getting that truck around now. So Ben Silva out last. We had a little kerfuffle. Let's take a look and see what happened here. So it all started right there with the 20. I don't know if he got hit or what, but Caligari, take a look. He might have gotten hit. I'm not sure. Back in. Let's see. No, it doesn't. He just got loose. There might have been some contact there. Might have gotten the back of, the 56 might have gotten the back of him. Take a look here, and it's just dropped back. And no, he didn't get in the back of him, so no contact there. But Ben Silva gets the win. How about that, huh? Ben Silva, the right place at the right time, and gets the win here in the Truck Series. So congratulations to Ben Silva. So great job to Ben Silva on getting the win here in the Truck Series. Tough trucks tonight. Let's take a look at the final results. The results here tonight. Ben Silva gets the win. Dana Grover finishes second. John Stanley battling back to a third place finish. Art Vieta finishes fourth. Jelson Neto rounding out the top five. Greg Kirchmeier finishes in sixth. Julio Caligari finishes in the seventh position. Sean Jacobs finishes 8th, Gordon Carter 9th, and Jesus Iglesias rounding out the top 10. So congratulations to Ben Silva, and I think he is going to head on out, it looks like. So Silva gets the win in the Truck Series. How about that, huh? We're going to go back and see who I chose to win this race. I think I chose Neto. Well, congratulations. Silva gets a big win here at Kansas. Congratulations to him. Hopefully we'll get him a legit truck in the series here before long, but a good win for Ben Silva. That would have been a great pick to win this race, that's for sure. Don't forget, next week we'll be at Homestead Miami Speedway for a 100-lap race. The final race of the season, and it should be a great one. And that's the High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks. And what a restart that was. I just had a feeling it was not going to stay green with the way these guys were really pushing each other there at the end.
A lot of soul.
Well, don't forget the Bushwhacker Series coming up this Friday. It'll be live from Kentucky Speedway. Race number 4 of the season right here on TurnLeftTV at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a 100-lap race from Kentucky, race 4 in the High Octane Racing League Bushwhackers Xfinity Series. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you want a rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from, and that's who provides our service here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Don't forget to join us over there. Quickly to our Discord server if you'd like to join us and do some racing. That's the best way to do it. Introduce yourself. Let me know what you're interested in, and we'll get you set up here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Thanks so much for joining me here on Turn Left TV tonight. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Thanks for joining me on the surprise broadcast. Don't forget to subscribe, and you'll get updates when races are going live if you smash the bell, baby. But thank you for your support, and if you can encourage your friends to come on over and join us as well. Well, congratulations to Ben Silva on getting a win here at Kansas. He had the winning formula, man. He got that truck up front all night long and had a great race. So congratulations to Ben Silva, the right place at the right time, especially tonight here at Kansas. Well, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate you being here and watching the broadcast, whether it be live or on replay. That's going to do it for me. I am out of here.